This is our fourth trip to Dubai, and I've never seen it where there's not construction cranes just everywhere. So they're always building something. If I could think of some phrase about Dubai that kind of sums it up to me, is like, if you can build it, we can build it better. You can see that we're close to the Dubai downtown. You can see the skyline extending with the sun coming up behind. You can see the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. Here's a construction project that's underway, and these are going to be luxury high-rises. And you can see that they extend pretty far down the canal. They keep going. This is a billboard along the canal showing the luxury high-rises that are being built, where every individual unit has its own pool. You can see that the lifestyle that they're trying to promote in Dubai. Dubai is a really ostentatious city, and they're very aware of their public image. It's probably why all their public works and public places are so clean and neat all the time. But it's interesting, the local Emiratis really only make up about 15% of the population, and the rest, 85%, come from all over the world, and largely from countries like the Philippines, African nations, Pakistan, India, and it's really these folks that really make this city run. Their workday starts early, usually about 6 in the morning. They probably work 10, 12 hours a day, live in areas away from the city where they take buses into work. You can see a work crew behind me. These guys are really working hard. Every day you see them out building and cleaning and sweeping and trimming and keeping the city beautiful. And here's a prime example of what I'm talking about, is a man out early morning dusting off the handrails along the canal. These are some typical villas. Some of the common things we see, there's date palms, these sunshades, give a little shade for your car. A lot of the villas are very traditional, like these. And then a lot of them are really modern as well. Here's a lot of what we see. People tend to dress up the fronts. Bougainvillea grows really well. Even in the heat of the summer, these look pretty decent. In the spring, they're just gorgeous. Magnolia, bougainvillea, and date palms. These villas are being renovated. You can see they're getting rid of the arches, the older style, and they're going more towards a sleek. You see this one's squared off, squared windows and doors. They're in the demolition phase, as you can see. Everything's quite a mess. What's interesting is they blow these walls out. These are made of cinder block instead of wood frame and sheetrock like we typically see in the United States. Sheikh Zayed Road is behind me. And from the road, I'm looking down on the canal going back towards the west. You can see Tolerance Bridge in the distance, and then all the luxury apartments that are being built that we just walked by. This is Tolerance Bridge, and it's a combination footpath and bike path that crosses the canal. And it's kind of got a snaky architecture. It's pretty cool. They're building these luxury apartments on both sides of it. In Dubai, it seems like that, you can't just build something, just a bridge. It's got to be something very different than the last one that went up. This is my favorite footbridge. I love the way it gives the illusion of twisting on itself as it goes across the water. Along the canal are these nice little benches every 50 feet or so where you can sit and relax and rest. Also, complete with a charging station for your phone. I just noticed that in these planter boxes all up and down the Dubai Canal are these, and they're speakers. I'm fascinated by the ability to plant beautiful things and keep them growing here. This is moss rose. They've been cutting it back, so I'm assuming that once the weather cools down a little bit, this is going to start being full of flowers and in bloom again. But most of their soils is very sandy. In the springtime, these planters will be full of petunias and vincas, Right now, I said it's moss rose that will probably start blooming here. I would think in the next few weeks, once the weather starts to taper off a little bit. But their soil is so sandy, and I'm wondering, is that the secret? Do I need to import a bunch of sand into my garden to make things grow better? This is a very common sight all around the city. Feral cats. She's looking for a cool place. All right, it's a little bit after 7 a.m. Temperature's starting to push 100 degrees. So I think I'll head home from my walk, get some air conditioning, see if everybody else is awake.